Morning. Who knew that November 6th would be the hottest day of the year in St. John's? Thank you for giving me time to speak this week. I also want to thank my co-chair, Carter Keithley, for his help this year, even from abroad for a few months. With a 4-month-old at home, we found our time is a little shorter than it used to be. And thank you also to the committee for all the help that they are giving us. We've had a good start to stewardship this year, thanks in part, I know, to the wonderful testimonials that you've heard from our fellow parishioners, and with Rob's encouragement. Nearly 150 members of St. John's have already pledged, and we have a total of $610,000 pledged so far. Last year at this time, we were at 124 pledges and 439,000 pledged, so we're a bit ahead of last year at this time. And as of October 31st, we knew that about actually more than half of our pledges represented increases from the previous year, which is great, some by quite a bit. We're very grateful for these early pledges. We still have a long way to go. When I mentioned to my wife yesterday that I was going to talk about stewardship this Sunday, she said to me, you know, it really seems like there's a lot more going on at St. John's these days than there used to be. And I had to agree with that. With our new clergy bringing so much energy to many ministries, our full-time music director and the wonderful music, not just on Sundays, but many days in between, our programs for children and families, for young people, for parishioners of all ages, and so much more. There really is a lot more going on. And so it is all the more important that we all pitch in to give more. Of course, giving can be in many ways, including valuable time and talent, but as stewardship chair, I'll focus a little bit on treasure. Knowing how much more is going on at St. John's, and that I end up asking others to give, Margie and I took a close look at our charitable giving budget this year and thought about our priorities, and it allowed us to make a bigger pledge for next year. I hope that something like that is possible for many of the folks here. I know it's not possible for everyone, and perhaps the year hasn't been as good for some, but if you can do it, we really appreciate it. I'll also mention that we would really love to see many new pledgers this year. For those of you who tend to give at the plate but have not made a pledge, please consider starting a pledge this year. Even if you start small, it is meaningful to us and helpful to the vestry as they plan the budget for next year. There truly is no pledge too small. I'll turn the microphone back over to Rob, and actually I'll say how to pledge. You can pledge online. There are pledge cards in the back of the church. You can send me an email, tobywstock@gmail.com, send Rob an email, send anyone an email. We can get your pledge. I'll just add another thank you to everyone who makes St. John such a warm and welcoming place and a spiritual home to my family and to so many others. Thank you for supporting this church and community. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Toby.